Florida is one of the nation's leading cow-calf operation states. With the presence of that industry, show cattle have emerged and become more common in the state also. For the show cattle industry, each animal's story starts before they are born. With artificial insemination becoming more and more common, the sire and the bloodlines of the dam have also become more important. However, once calves are born, they also begin to make their own story. It is important that we, as producers, care for these animals in order to make sure that they are healthy. In this video, you will learn some basic steps in doing just that.
One of the most important things to do when you own show cattle is to give them the proper vaccines and medications when they're sick. On top of that, it is important to record when you do these things so you know when it's time to do it again. Record books are necessary when you get to a cow show, but they serve purposes beyond that. By keeping proper records, you know when each animal got their vaccines the previous year, so we know when to give them again. The vaccines are needed for the same reason that people get them against things like the flu. They keep the animals healthy when they are exposed to things at shows. When they are sick, it is important to know which medicines to give them so that they will get better.
The two most important things for cattle to get is feed and water. Usually show cattle are going to be in a small lot or stall, so they're going to need more feed and hay than pasture cattle that would be able to graze. It is important that you are consistent with the amount of feed that your cattle get daily. If you are constantly changing the amount of feed that you give them, you will make the bugs that help them digest their food and die and give them the scours. Another way to help keep these bugs alive and healthy is to give plenty of hay to your cattle so that the inside of the belly remains clean and balanced. From there, it is important that they have clean water. If the water gets nasty, they may not drink it and dehydrate, or they can get sick from drinking contaminated water.
Beyond the obvious things like feed and vaccines, there are a lot of pieces to owning show cattle. The best showmen know that showmanship starts at home with cattle. The first step is always breaking and training the animal. To begin this process, it is important to get on a schedule with the animal, just like we have a sleep schedule. Cattle are trained best if you work with them at the same time each day. Start with tying them up every day. This will get them used to a halter and used to not pulling on the halter. Next, start walking them. As you get more comfortable walking the animal, start to set up their feet as you will in the show. If you can, practice with someone else walking a different animal so that you can practice using proper spacing. All of this helps you train yourself and your animal so that the animal looks its best at the show.
Showing cattle in Florida can be a tough task. This industry relies on long hair on animals so that you can groom them and make them look better, but it gets really hot in Florida. There are a lot of things that can be used to keep the cattle cool and their hair from falling out. One of the most obvious is fans. Buying a high-powered fan and running it on your animals while they're in stalls during the day is a good idea. On top of that, soaking the animal down with the hose during the hot part of the afternoon and putting them back under the fans helps cool them off even more. Something that doesn't necessarily cool them off but helps keep their hair healthy is to comb their hair daily. This also helps you on show day because the hair will be trained and will be easier to groom and to place. Last, there are things that are designed to both cool the animal and grow their hair. Sullivan Show Supply makes something called a cooling collar. You put it in the freezer and the gel inside of it freezes. Then you put it on the animal's neck like a dog's collar and it helps cool them off. There are a lot of veins running through the neck, so putting something that cold on it helps the animal cool off quickly.
When you're looking at cattle as a judge or someone looking to buy a new one, it's important to understand what to look at in the animal. The value of cattle as show animals goes from the ground up. They must be structurally correct and sound on their feet and legs in order to be a successful show animal. From there, their neck and shoulder area are very important. You want an animal that is powerful fronted but at the same time remains clean and is not too large. Next, the belly and back line are looked at. Animals that have a deeper belly and flatter, wider top are better in any show scenario. Last, look at the animal from behind in the hip area. Make sure that they are smooth, moving in the hip, and that they also have a powerful appearance from behind.
At the end of the day, the show cattle industry in Florida is one that teaches young people many technical skills beyond those that are related to the industry. This is a very complex, vast industry that has room for each student to make their own and add their own little twist to it. It is an industry that all young people can be involved in and can develop as a person because of.